Alright, welcome back, trainers. Today, we're going to be talking about the whole spoofing ban wave thing, and I'm going to give you my personal opinion. I have my camera set up on some old rust bucket thing in the woods here. It's a beautiful day. The audio should be okay. If there's a little bit of wind, it is what it is. We're out here in nature enjoying life. So let's talk about this ban wave Niantic is implementing here. So we just had that Dino Community Day, and there was some problems with some people, right? There was some lag, you were not able to log in, it was just not working, you were not able to enjoy it, and it was a freaking community day that we all wanted to do. A very viable Pokemon that you kind of wanted to have, you know, one of those rare shinies. So it's just a kind of a coincidence that Niantic is starting to throw out ban waves for these spoofers to maybe kind of calm down the rest of the people that didn't get the community day, kind of just to shift their attention from one thing to something else. You know, I don't know. That is personally what I think is going on here. Also, other bugs implemented in the game that they're just not fixing, and maybe this is kind of to just ease the tension. Oh, look, we're banning people. See, look, we're banning people. So that's probably what's going on here. If you don't know what spoofing is, it's kind of like a software that allows you to just go wherever you want, anywhere in the world. And as we all know what Pokemon Go is, it requires you to go out and explore where you're at. It requires you to get on foot or car or bike or skateboard or however you travel and go explore the world and play the game like that. So basically spoofing is just bypassing all of that. You can go wherever you want. One community day to the next, to the next, to the next, on the same day during the different time zones. So it is a bit of an issue. Where do I stand on it? How do I feel about spoofing? Well, when the game was first released, and the gyms were like the biggest thing, where there's no raids and the gyms were different from what they are now. There were like 10 stack. You can have the same Pokemon in there. So if you were not around in the beginning, people could stack 10 Blissies in there. It would just be one hell of a thing to take out. And it made for good content. And if you hear rustling, hey Athena, get out of there. What are you doing? Getting all dusty. All right, so you could stack all these Blissies in there. It was insane. I made a lot of videos on that, just kind of taking it down with lower CP Pokemon. The problem is they started to use bots, not even them. It was like a bot system to stack up in these gyms. And that's where it really all kind of started happening. I did have a little bit of like bad blood and like those spoofers in the beginning. But ever since the game has evolved, I don't give a damn. I don't care if they spoof or not. You know, it's giving them money. It's giving them so much money. And it's crazy that they're actually banning. They're not going to ban all the spoofers. There's no way that they're going to be doing that. But it's almost like as if they're like flexing their muscle, scaring people to kind of back off and back down and kind of slow down if they were cheating in the game. That's just what I think is going on here. I'm kind of just throwing out things, folks. We're just going to do it the Poké style. I'm just going to go off on just tangent and rants, just throw things out here, right? So that's what I think as far as this whole thing is concerned. You know, it's like, are they actually banning legitimate players? I put a post on my thing because I was getting some DMs from people asking me, hey, what's going on? I'm getting banned. I didn't do anything. Like, I don't work with Niantic. I don't know, man. Don't ask me. I'm literally, they hate me. So there's nothing I can do. But is it actually happening? Because here's another thing. I don't want to discredit anybody, but you know, it's kind of an easy thing to say you didn't do it when you actually did, and you're just kind of lying about it. And I'm not saying that if you got banned and you were a legit player, then that's your specific case. I'm just saying that is a possibility to be had. But at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. I mean, they help people. We have problems. We can't take out a lot of raids because we don't have enough people sometimes. Personally, for me, I got the power, so it's usually, okay, we're good to go. But for a lot of other people, it's going to require you to have more people there, and the spoofers are helping you take out the raid. Therefore, it's kind of like a little redundant. But I get it, and maybe not, because they're cheating and blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that. I don't care if you have a billion shundos. I don't care if you have freaking the best of everything. If you can go out and spoof, I don't care. I don't care. As long as I can get my hands on one of those Pokemon too. If you get the shundos, if you get the 100 a little bit better than me, I don't care. As long as I can get that Pokemon too in a fair way, we're okay. But if there's some sort of screwy advantage, maybe we're going to be looking like, yeah, taking advantage of the game here, getting a little bit of an advantage over other people. And if you're thinking, well, what do you, they're getting an advantage having the hundreds. Look, I guess, sorry, there's a lot of bugs out here. As you can tell, we're in the middle of the woods. when you have a 100 and you have a 98 or 95%, the difference is very minuscule. If they have the higher attack, they will be going first, winning the CMP in the battle. But otherwise, it is an overrated thing to have the 100. It's just more of like an OCD thing and a perfectionist thing. And I personally, I know I get it. You want to have like the lines that line up perfectly at the end, you know, 15, 15, 15, and to max it out, you spend all this money for the legendaries. You want to completely power them up. Okay. But back onto the topic of the spoofers, I personally don't care. Niantic, I feel like, is saving face because they are really dropping the ball. They can't fix Go Battle League. Their community days are constantly screwed up day in and day out. Every single time, every single event, there's always some sort of people right off the bat makeup day because it's all screwed up. They're not being gimme, gimme, gimme. It's legit because it's actually screwed up. So at the end of the day, I think that this is just a big smoke screen. You know how the world works. Everybody gets all in an uproar for a couple of things that are happening currently, and then a month goes by, 2 months, 3 months goes by. They got all the colors and the this and that in their bio, and then all of a sudden things change, and then they go on to the next thing, and then they just, you know, get uproar and outraged about the next thing that they need to get upset about their programming that they're getting from their news. Anyways, let's not get all out into that. But basically, spoofing, in a nutshell, I can see why people are doing it. It's harder to get out. Things are more expensive. And so people are turning to spoofing because they're like, you know, this is a free game. I can go out there. I can explore different cities sitting on my couch. This is awesome. Look at all these spawns. Look at all these Pokestops and gyms. This is amazing. And look, I have nothing here. I have been submitting stops. I've got nothing around me. My trail that I love to take every day, nothing. There's a lot of things that can be nominated, and I put them out there, and they've just been sitting there, just sitting there, sitting there, sitting there. It's like, well, get out, Niantic slogan. Get out and play. Go do some Pokestop nominations. It's like, I'm doing them, but they're not being submitted, and they're being submitted, but people are not nominating them, and they're just sitting there forever. So I got nothing. So people spoofing, I see where you're coming from. Get these damn nominations speeded up, because I'm trying to have some Pokestops in my area, and these people out here are spoofing. They're like, I just want to play the game, and people are looking at me like I just robbed a bank or something. But hey, when it's all said and done, what's happening at the end of the day? Yeah, they're getting a few more shinies, they're getting a few more this, a few more that, but guess what? There's more people in the raids to help you take them out. I'm not condoning it yet again, but it's just like, you know, people in their Twitter world and in their little internet lives, they go for one target and they hone in on that, and they forget all the other things that are going on in this world because they live in a first world, you know, where they got just first world problems, and are like all about this specific thing in a video game that's, you know, destroying the world. At the same time, there's like people starving out in the world. So it's like, you know, think about what you got, man. You know, go enjoy life a little bit. All right, take it easy. You know, do what the game actually says. Maybe, you know, walk around. All right, so there you go, spoofers. Look, if you do that, I don't hate you, nothing like that. But you know, the time of reckoning looks like is upon you. But again, I do believe that this is going to be some sort of like scare tactic. They're trying to get you scared, and you know, oh, they're banning spoofers, they gotta stop. Oh, so we'll just have to wait and see. I think it's just a smokescreen. Niantic's just covering and saving face because of what they did in the past. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Look, I'm a rambling kind of a guy, okay? I just like to ramble, get in front of the camera and talk and tell you what's on my thought. Just spout, spout, spout. Thank you for watching, trainers. And before we go, let's go ahead and take... That's where Athena's been hanging out this entire... well, she's been doing her thing, but this little sweet doggy is just hanging out. And I'll show you what I'm recording on. And good old Alaskan tradition, some random rust bucket thing right in the middle of the woods here. Anyways, trainers, if you did enjoy my thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. What a freaking beautiful day. Take care.